multiply by that, and that's the calendar they have, the moon and the sun. You understand me?
Yeah.
Everything has to do with the biological cycle of the human beings.
Yeah.
They say when you die, you go 9 months on the ground, 9 months in a dark and humid place, the maternal womb. You understand me?
Yeah.
The maternal womb or the eternal womb of the universe. You understand me? That's what they say. I'm explaining directly the translation of the indigenous people. You understand me? That's why they think. It's very direct with the natural order. You understand me?
So the goddess of the moon would be the creator god?
No, they say they believe they have many gods, but they believe that there is a god that you cannot feel it much. They call it La Loque, Nahuaque. The god that you feel it close and far, that you cannot describe. And that's pretty much they call it the cosmos. You understand me?
Okay.
Something that, I mean, can you describe me the cosmos? But it's something that is primary energy that creates everything, but you cannot describe it because you cannot. He didn't create himself, you know. He's always there, you know. And pretty much this kind of way of interpreting the life is much superior than the Catholic faith. You understand me? Because at this time we don't.
Yeah, sure.
You understand me? So we don't understand the cosmos, the original cosmos, the original life and energy and everything.
It seems most religions had a female creator, goddess.
The earth,
Yeah.
the Mother Earth, they call it it's a woman. You know what I mean? Everything is a woman. You know?
God is a woman.
Right.
It's a woman. The moon, they call it Coyoshautli, is a woman. The pyramid of the moon is dedicated to the woman, fertility, life, sexuality. The feather serpent, the snake, is a woman. You understand me? For them.
It's different.
You know, because the snakes give birth with eggs.
Yeah.
You understand me? And also the snakes change the skin every year, and that's the changing of the season. And also the snake grow, it change, is the time. Also the snake represents the fertility, the woman, the sexuality. You understand me? Because the Judeo-Christian perspective, the snake is bad.
Yes.
You know, other meaning, but the snake, for these people, the snake is the animal that protects the cornfields from rats, other animals. And the primary vegetable protein is corn.
Yeah.
So the corn is attacked by rabbits, rats, so the snake is so good for them.
Yeah.
You understand me?
I never thought like that.
Yeah. And the matter of fact, as we are not given a birth from water. You know, it's water coming out when the fountain when it's broken. You know, but they say that inside we are in a sack like the sack of the eggs of a snake. You understand me? Like that. And they call it ambiotic liquid. You know?
I never understood why there were snakes on ambulances. You know, like a medical thing.
Oh,
I never
that's
understood
Greek.
that.
The Greeks, you know, the Greeks, you know, the symbol of the Greeks of the doctors is a snake. The reason is, and that represents
Snakes going around.
that represent, you know, some of the philosophers they die from a snake bite.
Yeah.
You understand me? The snakes for them represent the wisdom, fertility, life, wisdom, and health for the Greeks. I don't know much about that. But in many cultures, the snake is always present. You know, like dragons, snake. Carl Sagan, you know Carl Sagan?
Yeah.
Have a book about the dragons of Eden. And they talk, you know, that maybe when we were, you know, we are primates, you know, pretty much. When in the Stone Age, you know, the reptiles, the biggest dinosaurs and everything, that impressed in our psyche that goes through the times, and they tend to respect the animals like that, you know, like animals that are crawling, or snakes, you know what I'm saying? But we have to do more than that, because
The Greeks were a little bit different, as they realized that someday their gods would die. As people gain knowledge and no longer need the gods, they would cease to exist.
But I don't know how it's, but many cultures they share, in Europe, they have the dragons.
Yep.
The kings kill dragons, St. George, St. George, patron saint in England, killed the
You'll
dragons.
find dragons all over the world.
Snakes in China and everything. And Klagenfurt, they have a dragon.
Yeah, the basilisk.
Yeah. And it is like that. Sometimes probably has to do with the sexuality. You understand me? Sexuality with that thing that sometimes it works, You understand me? I mean, I don't want to be literal but that's the thing,
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah. But dragon means lots of things.
A lot of things.
in
Sexuality,
religions.
fertility,
Yeah.
lighting, thunder.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
The fire,
Yeah.
all the things. I mean, it could symbolize many things. So we have to go back in our psyche, prehistoric psyche, what it means, Because sometimes we are scared about this, and so we are fascinated by this. You understand me?
Yes.
So, what do you think about the place? They have a wall around it. They have a wall.
I like the part where they first built it, found out that it wasn't in alignment.
The angles is 32 degrees. And you see that plaster was on top of those stones. And the city goes as far as the mountains. See? And the other side is the Gulf of Mexico. The other side. Yeah, the city goes as far as the mountains. Because this is the government religious administration center.
Okay.
And the production, ceramic, concrete, production, everything was concentrated. And they have several villages around it. I'm going to take you to the other place. It's okay? Sorry if I talk too much and stuff.
No, please keep on talking.
Another crazy
every
idea.
little corner like this, they have a sculpture. Many of the sculptures and the corners, and they are in the Museum of Anthropology, whether for the different gods, And the pyramid of the sun is not only to the sun god. The sun god, they call it Tonatiuh. Tonatiuh is the sun god, but it's dedicated to the volcano, the thunder, the lighting, and the god of storms. Okay? Because they found many sculptures, ceramic related to it on top. So at the beginning they just thought it was only the sun, but not only the sun. Also Venus. Venus is the morning star. It's the first star that you see when it's rising, the sun, and that represents the agriculture production. You understand?
Considering all the cement as well as human sacrifice, were they using the bones in cement too?
Probably yes. Bones is calcium. Bones, where we are,
Makes sense.
this is calcium. I'm going to take you there. This is the mouth crack.
What the significance of these hills are too. Somebody's been digging.
I don't want to die in a nuclear war. I just want to hide by the trees and doing it like a nuclear. You heard it?
There's a really good book you should read. Like from what you've been saying, like really up your street. It's called Guns.
Oh, Germs and Steel, yeah.
Really good book. I just finished it yesterday.
Well, it's very good. I recommend. And then another book for Israeli historian is talking about the
Sapiens?
yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So I finished Guns Steel there and I started Sapiens.
Yeah,
What do
read
you
it.
think you're gonna be part of? We are gonna be part of androids modified and everything.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't wanna be part of that thing.
But that Guns Steel and
Yeah.
it told me a lot about like domestication of animals.
Yeah.
Or like why not a disease didn't come back? So the Spanish brought smallpox,
Yeah.
but why didn't something come back to Europe and kill everyone in
No,
Europe?
because they were immune already.
Yeah, because they were immune because they had domesticated animals.
Animals.
And they didn't have domesticated animals.
Yeah, yeah.
So they,
Because
they never got the immunity.
The animals pass that virus
Yeah,
to
exactly,
the humans.
like
And then
pigs.
the contact with China, all the cultures provoke that. And then
It's
they were
interesting.
immune already.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys obviously
Actually,
wasn't.
that reminds me of something. Is Columbus was always accused of bringing syphilis to Europe.
He was. Oh,
No.
syphilis too, Europe.
Yeah, but they found out
Came from China.
that priests in Europe had syphilis in the 11th century.
Oh, really? So much, my friend.
It was discovered because of the deformities that occur
Yeah.
from tertiary syphilis of the bone.
Really?
So, no, Columbus brought it here. Along with everything else.
Amazing place. Yeah, it's like really old.
Oh my freaking God.
Yes, like guarded with your life.
Put it like in a
Pass it down to your
frame.
children. Pass it
I
down to your
will.
grandchildren.
So this is one in the
Exactly.
in the middle of nowhere in Mexico.
You found the arrowhead.
Yeah.
I know trees about 5,000 years ago had pretty darn pure copper,
Copper. Yeah.
as well as tin.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
What, from like a mining?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody plundered that island.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Is,
There's a really good book you should look into. It's called the Great Sea. It's the Mediterranean. It's the history of the Mediterranean from like before biblical times. So,
This is
things.
This is the
Really
drainage
interesting.
system.
I forget
Sorry
what
that
the
I
year
told you
was.
about the map.
I studied this as a kid, where it was like 85,000 years ago. Is when the
This is the drainage system.
broke out. Through
They collect the water.
uh,
If you see the pyramid,
Gibraltar,
we are
yeah.
in a little elevation, and they collect the water from the rain. Yeah. 4 plazas, and they get the water to that line of river. You see the